Don't you love that opening? I love that opening. It's a very good opening. And good good animation so far, Not the best Studio White Fox has done, but for what they're working with is pretty good, and I'm enjoying it. We're only on episode 2, Sengoku Yoko. Here I am acting like it's the best thing ever. I'm sorry, I can't help it, okay? Satoshi's project never really got good animation. The stories are always cut and clean and well pasted. As I said before, never really good animation until now by a good studio, White Fox. So I'm just happy I'm still gushing over that, despite this being week 2 for me for Sengoku Yoko. And already we're hitting some dark topics already about this world, about what people are willing to do to protect themselves in order to further advance their war ties. And one of the things that hit realism in this episode mainly is how they'll use a weapon that's in the form of the enemy. You see, I've been reading Sengoku Yoko years ago, and they've always been called demons. That's what they've always been called. They've never been called anything else. So the fact that they're being called this, it's kind of strange for me. They're being called Katawaras in this time of being, and they're using enhanced humans and turning them into Katawaras to fight against Katawaras. You know, it's always been that saying to fight fire with fire. The oldest saying, well, not the oldest saying, but I'm just saying it's one that's highly used in our world, where they'll use something that the enemy's using and they'll use it against them, but further advanced for what it used to be. However, at what cost? That morality factors in there, as you can tell. They done some pretty bad things to create that product, whatever it may be, or whoever it may be. And as you can see, it was a girl with misfortune. And what I realize when it comes to magic, mana, stuff like this, it's always being used by a girl with so much misfortune. Someone who has nothing much going on for them. Things are just not that well, but they seem to keep that hope that, hey, I'm still alive, and then they crack. They finally crack to the point where they just can't take it no more. And then all those pent up emotions and even feelings they didn't even know they had themselves burst onto the scene, and they become this monster, this form of darkness that doesn't tell friend from foe. It just destroys everything in its sight. But of course, it remembers the one that's done it dirty, that father. And you gotta remember, this is way back then where times were tough, man. And yes, there was more freedom back then, but because there was more freedom back then, you were not taken care of and no one even knew you really existed. Because you were just a lonely villager. You had to provide for yourself, and things weren't going well, and it would suck very much. So you would do whatever you could to survive, even me selling your own children. And that's exactly what happened. You know, she was already an outcast because of the color of her hair, and her father seems like he didn't want to deal with her anymore. I guess he was hoping that, despite her being a beauty, that he could marry her off, get some benefits out of that. But that wasn't a success. So, like, okay, I could still sell her to these guys, whoever they may be, for them to turn her into this monster. Anyway, and her name is Shakugan. When I heard Shakugan, I couldn't help but think of Shakugan no Shana. Whoa, man, it has been years since that anime. But anyways, it, these terms of things showing the malice of both good or evil. You know, good people can do bad things in the sake of desperation, and that's exactly what happened here. I can't think of a better example than this. These monks took her and they turned her into this thing in order to fight off out of Katawara, but they never thought, hey, Should we try to test to see if we could control this thing or something? Nope. Let's not think about that. Let's just see if we can do it first. Yes, that's brilliant. No backup plan. Let's try something smaller, like a freaking animal or something. Now we need a human first. First test subject. Right on. And that came up slapping in the face. So our group had to go fight the thing off in order to free her. And we see things from her perspective. As we see Shinsuke understanding in this time where only the strong truly ruled. Only the strong truly could do whatever they want. And we could do nothing but stand by and let things happen. This is one of the reasons why he wishes to become strong, why he wants power. So he doesn't have to do with this anymore, Where like, okay, man, I can defeat all these jerks who think they can do whatever they want with people. He's just sick and tired of it and stuff. And with any ideological society, there's always this pullbacks. It's something that causes it to be flawed, where someone on that side is suffering. No matter how perfect you think your ideal is, someone's suffering in your society. That's just how it is. And in this one is where the strong rule in class, in wealth, in strength. They rule, and they really squeeze on those who got nothing to give nothing in return. It really sucks for these kind of people. So they gotta get strong themselves, band together, or gain some side of crazy butt power in order to do that. And it seems like Tama and Jinka has their contract where they do spirit transformation, where Jinka, you could think he is a Katawara, but he is not. He's actually a human who's an enhanced human who is just drinking off the blood of Tama, who actually is the actual. This is why I thought they would use at least the term yokai or demon or something, because she is a fox spirit, but instead of using Katawara instead. So that's what just really baffles me that they would say that. Like, oh, well, there goes my thing I was hoping to talk about later on down the road with that. But hey, what are you going to do? So after helping this girl out, like, you know what? Let's go. Let's go beat up these monks, man. Let's go down there. And I like how they use guns. They showed guns in this, showing that even back then, guns existed. And for some reason, people think guns didn't exist back then. They did. They just weren't the advanced guns you thought they had. They're very hard to make, and not very few people knew about them. But those who had them felt like they were invincible because they could kill people instantly. And when others saw that, they immediately stood clear because they say, hey, if they can take out this strong dude with one shot, imagine what they can do to the rest of us. So they always stayed back. So I do enjoy that they introduce guns to this time of age. A lot of stories that people don't do that. Hell, even in isekais, there was guns. They just the medieval settings, anyways, there was guns, that they just didn't show them off that much. And with them battling on into it, either way, Jinka shows he is not fully invincible. He can still be harmed by the power of lead. So he's not there just yet. The question is, what is he after by having this power that Tama gives him? What does he want? And what does Tama wants to reverse? We kind of got to get what Tama wants. She wants to find a way for humans to do right. And Jinka seems not to care about that much, but he follows her anyways. So it seems like these travelers all have different ideals that they're having, but they're okay traveling together, showing you can have different opinions and still get along. Let that sink in. Well, anyways, that's all I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, of course, hit that bell icon. This is Madcrownxox, all anime. Signing out.